Hey Canucks fans, when the season starts, will Adam Gaudette be on the Canucks roster or playing down in Utica? I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the good-looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, September the 22nd, and if you haven't figured it out yet, I indeed have a special guest for this one, only because we are on our way to bowl. No, it's you. And my special guest is... Jacob Emo.
Yeah.
16 years old.
Now I am.
And yeah, just from last week. Mm-hmm. And I know some people on YouTube recognize you because I've brought you in a couple of my live streams before, much to the chagrin of some people, but to the delight of others.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Talk about your experience as a Canucks fan.
My experience of a Canucks fan, I grew up loving the Canucks thanks to this guy, my brother, mom. We did videos on the Canucks all the time growing up. Always participating, going to Rogers Arena a lot, and just living the Canucks spirit.
And what are your hopes for the... by the way, this is one of the guys, him and Sean, his older brother, they would be the ones who would be holding lyrics for all of our Canucks parody songs, make them stay up way past their bedtime, yelling at them for not scrolling the lyrics fast enough. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay, but glad we're over that now.
Yep.
Very quickly, what are your hopes for the Canucks this season?
I hope that the Canucks win something this year. It'd be very nice with the new players.
Such as?
Quinn Hughes.
Yes?
Yes, and the other ones. I really hope that as a team, we work cooperatively, and then hopefully we get some wins, and I want them to go to the playoffs this year.
And they have not reached the playoffs in how many years?
4.
Wow! Okay, and guys, the reason why I'm so excited is I'll pop these questions on him. Usually he has got 0% chance of getting them right, but once in a while he will fluke out, and at least I'm glad you know that Quinn Hughes is our current player, not Pat Quinn. Okay. Okay, hey. Anyways, let's get to the topic at hand. I'm just going to have him sit here because we're going to go bowling in a second. By the way, everyone knows that he's a don't yawn. I was just going to give you some love. 2-time national champion. Not just local, not provincial, but national. 2-time Canadian champion.
I'm very good at hockey.
Okay, anyways. So as good as he is at bowling, basically he's the exact opposite in his knowledge of hockey. But we'll see what happens. I may... throw to him for a quick opinion, but maybe not. Let's talk about Adam Gaudette. Try not to be too distracting. Maybe you'll learn something here.
Okay.
Adam Gaudette is having a good preseason. He scored another 2 goals last night in the Vancouver Canucks 7-5 loss to the LA Kings in that hockey hotbed of Salt Lake City, Utah. So now with only 3 preseason games left, and I talked about yesterday how these preseason games are going to mean more and more as they get further along. It's going to be go time for Adam Gaudette. It's going to be very interesting to see if he makes the Canucks roster. I put a poll up on Twitter last night saying, do you think Adam Gaudette, where will he start the season? I got a lot of traction on that poll, a lot of reaction, and most of you, last time I checked, about 40% of you are still saying he's going to start in Utica. Talk about that in a second. Utica's our farm team.
Yes.
Do you know where Utica is?
Somewhere down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where in the States? West Coast or East Coast or middle?
Yeah. West Coast.
No, East Coast. Okay, good try. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so 40% of you said start in Utica. Then 25% of you said he'll start at center. Another 20% of you said he'll start on the wing. And then another 10 or 15% said basically that he'll start in the press box. So I agree. That's probably the worst case scenario. If you're going to have him here, he needs to play. There's no point having him here as the 13th or 14th forward and then having him start as a healthy scratch. So let's take that off the table. Let's talk about the other 3 options. Starting in Utica, starting as a center, and starting as a winger. Very quickly. Starting in Utica, this makes the most sense. I think that's why it's leading the poll. Because of his age, because of his lack of experience, you can put him in Utica without having to pass through waivers, meaning no other team has a chance to scoop him. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
If you send a guy through to the minors, if they're like a veteran or they've played X amount of games, other teams in the league have a chance to pick him up on waivers.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Adam.
So do you see why then if you don't have to go through waivers, why it's okay to put him down there?
Absolutely.
Oh gosh. So I agree with this sentiment. Despite how well Gaudette's been playing, is put him in the minors to start off, put him in Utica, help him develop as their first second-line center there, get a lot of confidence. So he could be one of the first call-ups when there is an injury. And again, because of his status, we don't have to worry about losing him to waivers. And by the way, about his good play, sure he scored 2 goals, but he was also not solely responsible for 2 goals against yesterday, but there are parts of his defensive game that he still needs to work on. And of course, they're going to be magnified because A, he's young, and B, he's playing center, which is the most difficult position to play of the 3 forward positions, obviously, when it comes to defensive responsibilities. So Adam Gaudette into Utica. Still think it's the best option despite his good preseason so far. But let's talk very quickly about the 2 options if he stayed with the Canucks, either as a center or as a winger.
Yep.
Very quickly, Jake, what do you think the primary difference is between playing center and playing as a winger?
One, the center is in the center, and then the guy in the winger are on the wings.
Right.
I mean, the sides.
Yeah.
So the center mainly has to do the puck drop,
It's called a face-off.
that thing.
Yeah.
The referee does the puck drop. And then the wingers are the ones that go down the wings, down the sides, and, gets ready for the goal.
Yeah, exactly. So anyone can score technically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But
The goalie.
Jake is right. The center does take primarily the majority of the face-offs, and of course will have the most defensive responsibilities. Centers usually check the centers, but have to be, last one out of the, maybe not the last one out of the zone, but definitely the most defensive responsibilities, where the wingers can just take the D-men on defense, and then of course rush on offense. So yes, a lot to learn as a centerman, and you could say that, let's get to our next point. Will he be able to bump Brandon Sutter or Jay Beagle from a spot? We know that Pettersson and Horvat are our first 2 centers. Those 2 guys are good, right?
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, then Brandon Sutter as our 3rd-line center, actually playing well in preseason as well, and then Jay Beagle as our 4th center. So he would have to bump one of those guys, and I simply think with Brandon Sutter's health, he looks motivated. I think he won't be bumped, and Jay Beagle is a consummate 4th-line center. Both Sutter and Beagle, some would say they're redundant, but they both provide leadership, and they're both good in the face-off dot, probably much better than Adam Gaudette is. Mm-hmm. So then, if he's not going to bump one of those guys as a center, will he play as a winger? That one's interesting. I'm not sure how good he'd be on the wing. He definitely has determination. He has a skill set, offensive skill that we've seen. I guess with the whole defensive responsibility thing, given all my arguments, he would be less responsible for D on the wing. So maybe it's an option. But then he has to beat out a bunch of guys. We know that the top 6 is going to be Pettersson, Besser, Ferland, Horvat, Miller, and Pearson. Then we think that Sutter and Beagle are in there, as we just talked about. Likely Berchi, likely Vertanen, so that's already 10. So now he's fighting with guys like Schaller, Mott, Eriksson, and Godobin. So those 4 plus him. So 5 guys basically fighting for 2 spots. I'm not sure if he's going to beat out those 4 other guys. I think if I had to choose now, I don't think Godobin's going to make the team. I think Eriksson will. And then it's going to be one of Schaller or Mott. I think Mott will make the team. So I actually think it'll be Mott and Eriksson as the 11 and 12. And then that leaves Schaller, Godobin, and Gaudette on the outside looking in. You put Gaudette in the minors. You put Godobin and or Schaller in the press box, or Schaller in the minors as well. And then that's how you get your 1 or 2 extra forwards, depending on how many extra players the Canucks want to carry. So bottom line, what do you think? Where do you think Adam Gaudette starts the season?
I think Adam Gaudette will...
Were you listening to anything I just said?
I was trying to. You lost me after center. So I believe that he will not beat out those better guys.
Yeah.
So like you said, he won't be the 12th or 11th. I think
Right.
he'll be 13, 14, 15.
So if he's 13, do you agree that he shouldn't be in the press box wasting? He should be playing?
He should be playing.
So then he should be playing where?
Utica.
Very good. So there you have it. Oh, God.
Sorry.
There you have it. You heard it straight from Clay Emo, Canuck Clay. You heard it straight from
Jacob Emo, Jacob Canuck. That's not right.
Aren't you Jacob Emo 16?
I don't know.
You don't even use Twitter, right? Why do I keep tagging you then?
Twitter.
Anyways, you heard it from the Emo boys. Adam Gaudette, as well as he's playing, will start the season in Utica, but he will be among the first forwards called up because of injury, poor play, or whatever need the Canucks have. Canucks fans, we would love to, not just me, we would love to hear what you have to say. What do you think of Jacob's insight that he provided today? And where do you think Adam Gaudette is going to start this season? In Utica, at center, with the Canucks, on a wing with the Canucks, or in the press box? Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Enjoy the day. God bless, and go Canucks, go.